As an author, Andre, tell me what are your thoughts on the importance of stream within the evolving approach?
Well, thank you very much. You mentioned an evolving approach, which is an interesting way to put it. When STEM came out, I had my own concerns because in my own mind, I know that this particular approach, of course, would have been situated with a particular agenda. In other words, the thinking behind it is that we wanted to improve science, technology, engineering, and math. And I think that in of itself is something that we can deconstruct, because I know for different spaces and different territories, the emphasis on these specific areas really are pointed towards building their workforce to compete on a global level. So that is one thing to take into consideration. When I saw STEM, first of all, yes, I had the concern about the arts missing from it. Being an arts practitioner myself, a musician, a writer of song, playing music, writing, and so on, I wondered where was my particular area within the context of that curriculum. And then it became STEAM rather. So the arts were now included. And as you mentioned, evolving. And now we have stream, which means that we are also picking back up on the reading and the writing, which in my own estimation were areas that we really needed to focus on from the very, very beginning. And you mentioned evolving, but the truth is that the reading and the writing, it has always been with us. But as I mentioned, from a policy position, a decision was taken to focus on specific areas for a particular reason. And now, in a sense, I feel like we are now in a sort of catch-22 situation where we're going right back to where we started from, where I believe education on a whole should be a holistic endeavor, a holistic pursuit, where all the different areas are valued, and we appreciate that for what it is. But then within the context of each geographical location, we start to think about what is the value proposition of a specific space. So for specific persons in specific regions that may have a predisposition or a very strong inclination in particular areas, we might want to focus on that. But let's say a space like Jamaica, who is art strong and culture strong, that is a great part of what I think our value proposition should be. So yes, I write on the basis that I would want to see a holistic approach to education. So in my writing, it is writing, but I've included the rhyme in it. As a musician, there is a dramatic aspect that can be pulled out of it as well. Based on what is constructed in the story, math concepts are also there. Because when you're dealing with children, when you're dealing with humans, we're dealing with a whole person. And I believe education should reflect just that. So the evolution of what we call STEM, STEAM, and STREAM, and I know SCREAM possibly going to jump out at some point in time, because the cultural aspect I see is a component that's not necessarily emphasized in the model that is now being presented.